Good evening and welcome to the news at 10. His Majesty King Abdullah, the Supreme Commander of the Jordan Armed Forces Arab Army, patronized the graduation ceremony of the second batch of the Knights of the Future Officers at the Royal Military College. The Armed Forces Mufti, Brigadier General Majid Darawshe, called the graduates a national asset and remembered the Jordan Armed Forces martyrs who had sacrificed their lives in defense of their homeland. The college commander, meanwhile, said the military college had prepared graduates to become outstanding officers. At the end, the king presented awards to outstanding graduates. Prime Minister Omar al-Razzaz announced his government's set of priorities over the next 2 years. These include improving public services, creating more jobs, and reinvigorating the economy, among other priorities. Razzaz said a measurable program with a time frame is already in place to monitor their implementation. On employment, he said that a total of 30,000 job opportunities will be created in addition to 35,000 to 40,000 jobs the economy is estimated to generate. Razzaz also announced that his government will launch a program dubbed Khidmat Watan, serving the nation, that will provide vocational and military training to 20,000 young men and women. On education, he said the government intends to increase children's enrollment in kindergartens to 70% and build 120 new schools. Moreover, Razzaz pledged to increase foreign investments by 10% and national exports by 5% annually. By the end of 2020, he added, 35% of the kingdom's electric power generation will come from national resources, including shale oil and renewable energy. Prime Minister Razzaz met with local TV news directors as part of his government's consultative meetings on the next 2 years' priorities. During the meeting, which was also attended by Minister of State for Media Affairs Juman Ghnimat, Razzaz said his government's priorities focus on productivity, the state of law, and solidarity. He added that these priorities, which were included in the budget, can be applied, measured, and evaluated according to a clear timetable in the years 2019 and 2020. Prime Minister Razzaz met with Macedonian President Georgi Ivanov and his accompanying delegation. Razzaz said Ivanov's working visit to the kingdom lays the groundwork for new opportunities in cooperation in the economic, trade, investment, political, cultural, tourism, and agricultural fields. He added that both Jordan and Macedonia share similar challenges in terms of poor natural resources and relying on human capital in development. Senate President Faisal al-Fayez also met with the Macedonian president. President Georgi Ivanov commended Jordanian-Macedonian relations and said his visit comes to further expand them. He also lauded the kingdom's key humanitarian role towards Syrian refugees. Al-Fayez, who thanked the president for his visit to the Senate, also said Jordan is keen on further developing and advancing bilateral relations. Al-Fayez also reviewed the latest Middle East developments with a focus on Syria, the Palestinian issue, and challenges facing Jordan as a result of hosting Syrian refugees. The Macedonian president also visited the lower house of parliament and met with its speaker, Atif al-Tarawneh. President Georgi Ivanov again affirmed the importance of enhancing economic, political, security and military relations between the two countries and lauded Jordan's stance in pushing the Middle East peace process forward and fighting terrorism. Tarawneh, meanwhile, said Jordan looks forward to enhancing cooperation between the two countries' parliaments. Prime Minister Omar al-Razzaz also met with former Turkish Prime Minister Ahmed Davutoglu, who is on a visit to the kingdom upon the World Forum of Mediation's invitation, where he gave a talk over the region's future in light of the current challenges. During the meeting, which was attended by the Forum Secretary General Marwan al-Faouri and the Turkish ambassador in Amman, Razzaz stressed the strong Jordanian-Turkish relations and praised Oglu's efforts in further strengthening them during his tenure. Razzaz and Oglu also discussed the latest regional developments and challenges facing the region. Senate President Faisal al-Faiz also met with the former Turkish Prime Minister, where the two affirmed the need to enhance bilateral relations. Faiz and Ahmed Davud Oglu also discussed regional developments, especially Syria and the Palestinian-Israeli crisis. The two sides also called for a political solution to the Syrian crisis that preserves the country's unity and restores security to its people, as well as their joint fight against terrorism and extremism. The Senate's Financial and Economic Committee made some amendments to the income tax draft law for the year 2018 after it received it from the lower house. Changes were made during two sessions held by the committee. Committee Rapporteur Umayya Touqan said the committee held a series of meetings over the course of 2 weeks to review remarks made by various trade, industry, agriculture and banking sectors and others over the draft law. Over to sports, where Hollywood star Will Smith took on a different light when he ran a half marathon through the streets of Havana, Cuba. The actor joined some 6,000 other people racing in the 21-kilometer Havana Marathon, which is one of the most popular marathons in Cuba and which has been running since 1987. And Czech Martin Sonka clinched his maiden Red Bull Air Race World Championship title with a dramatic victory in Texas. Sonka entered the final weekend at Texas Motor Speedway in a three-way race for the 2018 crown, 5 points behind American leader Michael Goulian and 3 points ahead of third-placed Australian Matt Hall. The final four saw Hall set a time of 53.100 seconds to take the lead until Sonka, flying last, completed the course in 52.976 to win the event and clinch the championship. And finally, the weather outlook. It will be cold across the kingdom tonight, with fog formation expected in the late hours. Motorists are therefore urged to exercise caution against poor visibility, especially in the eastern plains and desert highways. Foggy weather conditions continue until tomorrow morning over the plains before they lift during the day, as temperatures remain around their seasonal normal. Tomorrow's forecast temperatures in Amman, highs of 22 degrees and lows of 11. While Aqaba's highs reach 30 degrees and drop down to 18 at night. That's all for tonight. I'm Dan Absham. Thanks for watching and have a good night.